The HOA president, Bryn Keller, had always ruled Pine Haven Estates like her personal kingdom. Blonde bob, unmoving, clipboard in hand, she patrolled the beige streets at dawn in yoga pants and a perpetual Starbucks latte, enforcing every minor bylaw with the zeal of someone who measured her worth and property values. When she spotted the new solar panels on Dex Monroe's roof, sleek black rectangles catching the Colorado sun, she saw an immediate threat to the neighborhood's uniform aesthetic. Without hesitation, she dispatched a crew at 7 a.m. on a Tuesday. Dex woke to the sound of metal screaming against bolts, glass shattering on his driveway. He ran outside barefoot in boxers, gravel biting into his heels, to find 3 workers in orange vests already dismantling $40,000 worth of Tesla panels and Powerwall he'd saved 2 years to install. Bryn stood on his lawn, violation notice ready. Section 14. 3. No exterior modifications without board approval. Dex pointed out his county permits, the inspections he'd passed. She smiled the thin smile of a realtor closing on a bad deal. HOA overrides county. The inverter sparked one last time, smoke curling up like burning money. Dex, 52, former Navy electrical engineer who'd rewired substations in Iraq where a blown circuit could plunge an entire base into darkness, didn't yell. He watched. He waited. He learned patience in places where one wrong move got people killed. What Bryn didn't know was that Dex had spent his career understanding systems, grids, logistics, power. And power, he knew, was never just electricity. Back home after discharge, after a quiet divorce that split everything 50-50, including custody of his 17-year-old daughter Skylar, he bought the oldest, smallest ranch house on the block. South-facing roof, 10 hours of sun a day. Perfect for solar. The goal was simple: kill his $300 monthly electric bill and funnel the savings into Skylar's college fund for environmental science at CU Boulder. He'd filed every permit, passed every inspection. By summer, his meter ran backward. He was producing more than he used. It felt like winning. Bryn escalated quickly. Certified letters from county zoning, complaints signed, 3 subsection C, added in 2019, explicitly allowed energy efficiency improvements like solar if they met county standards. Bryn had been citing a rule that didn't apply. He printed 87 letters, one for every household, laying out the exemption, the harassment timeline, and one question: did you know your HOA president ignores the rules she claims to enforce? Delivered after sunset, mailbox by mailbox. Neighbors started talking. Private messages poured in. Fines for Teal Little free libraries, EV chargers, playhouses. Ring footage of Bryn directing the workers onto Dex's roof. A paraprofessional lawyer confirmed the case was airtight. Then Troy showed up at Dex's gate one night, cologne arriving before he did, voice low. Drop this. You're making things complicated. Code enforcement can get interested in older homes. Dex had already hit record on his phone. Single-party consent state. Troy left purple-faced without another word. The emergency board meeting came next. Bryn pushed through $15,000 in legal fees to sue Dex without membership vote. Reserves dropped below the state-mandated minimum. Board members became personally liable for mismanagement. Dex kept digging. Bryn had paid her own company $500 monthly for management consulting, $18,000 over 3 years, no bids, funneled landscaping contracts to her brother-in-law, billed personal Zillow subscriptions to the HOA. Roughly $28,000 siphoned. Fiduciary breach. Personal assets on the line. A utility easement ran through common ground near the playground, and Dex's property line gave him legal standing to complain about access. Overgrown shrubs Bryn had planted blocked the transformer. Dex filed a safety report with Rocky Mountain Power. An inspector came. Orange violation notice. Obstructed access, inadequate clearance, load capacity concerns on a 27-year-old transformer past its typical lifespan. Assessment scheduled. Replacement would take 48 to 72 hours. Dex's Solar Plus battery backup could run his house for 72 hours easy. The optics, whole neighborhood dark, his lights blazing. Bryn filed the lawsuit. Emergency assessment. $400 per household for her legal defense fund. Barely quorum at a midday Tuesday meeting. Yellow envelopes arrived, screaming urgent. Neighbors who've been fined for years started organizing. Private Facebook group. Petition for audit. Counterclaim for harassment and property destruction. Ethics complaint against her brother-in-law lawyer. Conflict of interest. He sat on the HOA's insurance board. Luther, the rubber stamp board member, cracked in deposition. Tears on video. I didn't know she owned the company. Joss, the terrified stay-at-home mom, flipped for immunity. The town hall was set for Saturday at the pavilion. Bryn emailed everyone canceling it. Safety threats, legal advice. No one bought it. Flyers went door to door. At 9 a.m., the utility crew arrived. By 10:20, red tag. Equipment condemned. Power outage scheduled for 2 p.m. Exactly when a meeting started. Dex tested his system the night before. Full off-grid run. Everything worked. People arrived early. Projector running. Financial spreadsheets in 20-point font. Luther's deposition queued. Channel 9 news crew. 63 people packed in. Bryn arrived late, navy blazer, new lawyer in tow, sitting front row like royalty. At 2 o'clock sharp, the lights died. Street lamps winked out. Houses went black. Community center silenced. Only sound. The generator powering the PA and projector. Then someone pointed. 3 streets away, Dex's house glowed. Every window lit, AC humming, panels catching sun. Dex stepped to the microphone. Thanks for coming. Let's talk about where your money went. Photos of shattered panels. Bylaw exemption highlighted. Meeting minutes. $28,000 in red. Luther crying on screen. The crowd shifted from murmurs to roars. Bryn stood, voice cracking. You're nobody. Broke, divorced, ugly house, scrapyard truck. You don't belong here. The camera caught every word. The pavilion erupted. Applause. Hands for recall. 57 votes to remove her. She collapsed back in her chair, then stood again. I resign. Effective immediately. She stormed out, lawyer trailing, white Lexus peeling away past dark houses. Power returned Monday evening. Dex's house had kept running the whole time. He charged neighbors' phones, kept insulin cold, ran extension cords for some pumps. The aftermath moved fast. Class action filed. Attorney General opened criminal investigation. Bryn declared bankruptcy. House foreclosed. Troy resigned counsel. New board. Open records, Saturday meetings, solar explicitly protected. 23 households installed panels through a co-op. Dex helped start. Collective savings almost exactly matched what Bryn had stolen. 6 months later, Dex got a $47,000 settlement check. Skylar's college fund grew. She wrote her essay about her dad making a difference. It got her into Boulder. They clean panels together now. Father-daughter maintenance days. The neighborhood changed. Conversations replaced waves. Block parties returned. No more fear surprise fines. People read bylaws. Chiquet finance. Realized they had power all along. Sometimes justice isn't a courtroom. It's a community finally seeing the lights come on because someone knew how to flip the switch. And if you're dealing with your own HOA nightmare, check the fine print tonight. Somewhere in those boring pages is the key. You just have to know where to look.